So it's been a bit more than a month since we found out that Warner Discovery will be finally shutting down Rooster Teeth after 21 years of operation, and only since then bits of information have been trickling out about the future of their franchises, about the future of the Roost podcast network. We got a final shutdown date, and since I've promised to keep you guys up to date and in the loop on where this is currently going, I felt I should do a little roundup video. Just put all the news, kind of everything that we know, into one video and keep you guys up to date. However, if there are things that I've missed that I'm not putting into this video, then please feel free to leave that down in the comment section below and add your own pieces of information. For example, just recently they published a podcast with Gus, Barbara, and Gavin. I think it was called Why Are We Here or something. You can check it out on YouTube. I'll link it in the description as well. You can check it out. But I didn't have time to look at that yet, so there might be bits and pieces of information that I will not be featuring in this video. But let's get started with the information that we got around the final season of Red vs. Blue. I know this is information that's already a few weeks old, but nonetheless, I wanted to feature it in here. Variety actually has a separate article talking about it, and in a nutshell, the information is that the final season of Red vs. Blue will not be consisting of single episodes, as it did previously, but instead it will be a feature-length movie. It will be 87 minutes in length from what I could find out. It will be written by Burnie Burns and directed by Matt Hollum. So that's all exciting stuff. Again, I'll link the article on Variety giving more detail and background about it in the description underneath. If you go through it, you even get a little bit of a statement from Burnie here. It says, "I'm thrilled to return for Red vs. Blue Restoration and to conclude this incredible 21-year journey with our longtime fans." Burnie said in a statement, Hollum added, "Red vs. Blue has been a cornerstone of Rooster Teeth's legacy, and we're immensely proud of what we've accomplished here." Now that all sounds good, right? I think the idea to put it in a feature-length movie is not necessarily bad. At least they're putting out the final season, putting out the final piece of content, bringing the legacy of Red vs. Blue to a worthy end by having Burnie Burns write it and Matt Hollum direct it. Like, that all sounds promising, right? And I was like, okay, that's good. You know, do they finally start to make the right decisions about their franchises now that they know they're going to shut down? Well, there's a catch to it, as it is almost always when it comes to Rooster Teeth. So this movie will be available on May 7th, so it's really not that far in the future, to purchase for $14.99 on Amazon Prime, Apple TV, Google Play, Vudu, and other electronic sell-through outlets. And then on May 21st, it will become available to rent digitally for only $4.99. So those are juicy prices, and I'd be curious to hear whether you're willing to pay $14.99 or $4.99 to rent it on any of these digital platforms. I mean, leave that down in the comments. Would you be willing to pay that kind of money for the final season of Red vs. Blue? And if you go to the comment sections under these referencing Reddit posts where people are discussing this, people are asking the questions like, if we purchase this, who actually gets paid? Where does this money actually go? Which is, in my opinion, a reasonable question. Probably Warner Brothers, that's correct. Presumably Matt Hollum and Burnie get a cut of it. I don't know. So these are just questions where I would hope that Rooster Teeth has a little bit more transparency around it. But to put a price tag like that on the final season of Red vs. Blue, which ultimately is just, I mean, you know, I'm not trying to marginalize what it is, obviously, but it is ultimately just an internet cartoon. It's a machinima kind of thing. And to put this price tag on it feels like it kind of goes against the spirit of Red vs. Blue, if you know what I mean. You know, it used to be free on YouTube. That's what made it big. And to now really put it behind a paywall, they do give it the respect it deserves, to bring Burnie back for it, to bring Matt Hollum back to direct it and stuff, but then they put it behind a paywall. Also, as of right now, as far as I'm aware, and I could find out, it is not confirmed whether there will actually be a physical release. It's also something that a lot of people write in the comments saying, well, will there be a DVD or something that I can buy, or Blu-ray? As of right now, we don't know. So a little bit of good news and bad news there. It will get the respect it deserves, but at the same time, it will be behind a paywall. Now, moving on to news around the Roost podcast network, which is often a source of confusion for people because people assume that because it's Rooster Teeth and it's called the Roost podcast network, that it is basically the Rooster Teeth podcast, right? Like F-Face, Stinky Dragon, Face Jam, and so on. But that's not what it is. The Roost is basically just a platform that sells ads to other podcasts, okay? So don't mistake these two. It's two separate things. And even we now found out that the Roost podcast network has been sold to the Night Talent Agency, which is a huge talent agency for digital influencers. For example, they also represent Mr. Beast, amongst other big personalities. So they have now purchased or in talks to purchase the Roost podcast network. But keep in mind, that does not mean automatically that podcasts like F-Face, Stinky Dragon, Face Jam, and so on will be continued. Again, these are two separate things. However, a little bit of positive news around that as well. In a recent ANMA, Geoff and Gus said that they'll probably talk a bit more openly about what's been going on behind the scenes at Rooster Teeth and that led to where they are now. Basically expressing things that they previously had to dance around on, that they couldn't express because the company was still running. So if there are stories around Rooster Teeth that led to this, that we are not aware of, that happened behind the scenes, then there is a chance that we will find those out once the company has shut down. And that perfectly transitions into the final point I want to make in this video, and that is that we finally have a date where the Rooster Teeth website as well as all their apps will be shutting down, and that will be May 15th, 2024. So this is a statement that Rooster Teeth issued, I believe, to their first members. They're saying, hello everyone. Recently it was announced that Rooster Teeth is closing. As we wind down the site and apps, we are providing all current users with information about the wind down. By the way, if you are a first member, there's a big thread on the Rooster Teeth subreddit where they give information what will happen to first members and so on, giving all the infos you may need there. Effective today, April 15th, 2024, content will continue to be released on roosterteeth.com, but no new first-only content will be released. In addition, all new signups to first have been stopped. The Rooster Teeth site and apps will shut down May 15th, 2024. For more information, blah, blah, blah. And you would think that especially on Reddit, where people are fans and they love Rooster Teeth, they might be sad about an announcement like that. Well, if you go through the comments, you're presented with a slightly different side. Part of me grieves a bit, but at the same time, good riddance to this dog water website. I haven't used it in years, but coming back the other day to watch the last RWBY miniseries, I saw that almost every problem that made me stop visiting the site was still there. What even is on Rooster Teeth's website these days? A mess. It's always been a mess, run by the worst web design developers in the world. Freaking trying to find anything on there has always sucked. Try to find a series. Is it listed alphabetically? F no. It's listed by most recently updated. As much as I freaking loathe Rooster Teeth first, pay premium for one YouTube channel and the most freaking dog shite video player on the face of the earth, I'm gonna miss them. So while people obviously say that they will miss Rooster Teeth and their content, at the same time they're criticizing the website and say it's, good riddance that we got rid of that. It never worked well. I can't speak to it. I've never used the Rooster Teeth website, to be honest with you. And the comment that you see most under these posts on Reddit is that people ask, well, what's gonna happen with the content? All right, you're shutting down the website, you're shutting down the apps. Where can we watch it? Now, let me tell you guys, and again, I'll link this down in the description. There is a website called archiveofpimps.com, and those guys are very busy trying to archive all bits and pieces of Rooster Teeth content that is out there. And from what I can see, they're doing a great job. You can see loads of the content is already there. On top is a big countdown saying at this point in time, 25 days left of Rooster Teeth. So if you are missing content, if you want to go back and watch some of the content, go to archiveofpimps.com. I hope they've got some kind of backup of that as well, because I don't know whether that will lead to some kind of copyright challenges later down the road, where Warner Bros. Discovery potentially shuts down a website like that, because obviously I don't think they have the license to publish all this content. But at this point, as I said, there are 25 days left. And all the remaining content, I mean, these fans currently have like 25 more days to archive 21 years of content. So it's quite an ambitious task, I'd imagine, but I'm happy. And a lot of people in the comment section under Reddit, under the Reddit thread, are also very happy that it's actually happening. So it looks like it was a good thing that we got this lead up, that they're not saying, hey, you know what, Rooster Teeth is shutting down effective immediately and all the content is gone. A little bit like what happened to Machinima at the time. Suddenly, everything was just gone. So we do have these 2 months, and it seems like a lot of people are very busy doing what they can to archive and save this content from going away. So guys, that's kind of the roundup. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sure some of the infos you knew already, others maybe not. If you want to add anything to what I talked about, then please, again, feel free to leave it down in the comment section below. As always, if more information is coming out, and to be honest with you, I fully expect more stories to come out after Rooster Teeth has shut down, more people coming forward, shedding some light on what actually went down. So I'll keep you guys updated. I'll keep talking about it and make sure to keep you guys up to date on what's happening with the end of Rooster Teeth. I appreciate your time. Thanks so much for watching. Smash the like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel for more. Also join our Discord. Okay, it's a lovely community there. Loads of Rooster Teeth fans. Lots of debate going on around the company and the demise of it. So link to that is in the description as well. It's obviously free and I'm hanging out there as well. So I'd hope to meet you over on our Discord. Thanks so much for your time and I'll see you in the next one. I'm out. Bye.